You want me to put Craig on?
Oh no, I'll just do OBS. This is just a small thing. But yeah, so what do you think? What do you think, Roscoe? We're on episode 14 of the second season of ReZero.
Well, let me tell you, nobody. I am always confused about this show. There's never a single point where I know what is going on. Sometimes I honestly think that they're making things up, or they just add things, or there's just parts of the show that I'm missing because someone came inside my house and mashed my brain in with a baseball bat. Because I seem to always come back to the show and be like, "What? When did they add this part?" So
Uh,
that's how I feel about this new episode. But I love it. I like the new episode. It's super excited.
the first initial thing when I was done with the episodes, I was like, fuck, I gotta go watch movies now. uh,
Yeah.
so yeah, but yeah, I think the episode was pretty good. I think it was. I'm glad they seem to be moving things a little bit along to like at least like start the conflict. And he's like saying, "Okay, I'm gonna fix everything in this one day. This loop, I'm trying to fix everything." Went up to Roswell and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna bet you. Want to bet?" He's like, "Ah, fuck. Okay, whatever, kid. Here's a bet." And I'm really interested. I'll probably learn more into the in when I watch the movies. But like, yeah, I was surprised that Cole contract with Puck. I was surprised that Puck was sealing Amelia's memories, if that makes sense. I was surprised that was a thing because like there was no inkling of Amelia like not knowing who she was, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like I don't know, maybe this is all stuff that is explained in the there's two movies.
Yeah.
The movies, but it seemed like when I was watching it, and maybe some of the stuff is because of the movie, is that like sometimes it just feels like they add things. Like, yeah, it did feel like sort of like, hey, I didn't know that Puck could just like renege on his like pact. And I always thought like Puck was like her ride or die. Like Puck like was supposed to be there to protect
Well,
like Celia. And why would he trust Subaru? Why on earth would he trust him?
yeah, well, like we got to put it in perspective. This is literally in another loop. This person literally decided, like, makes the decision to destroy the world because Amelia dies. Right? Like, literally, yeah. Like this is how ride or die this person is. Um, and like I get there's probably something we're missing because of the movies or whatever. And I'm gonna go back and probably figure it out. But yeah, I think at least like we know that Puck has sealed some of Amelia's memories. Um, and I'm guessing this is maybe a part of the pack. And maybe Subaru, when Subaru like goes to like choke her and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill this bitch so I can get Puck out here," and like Puck's like, "Nah, bitch," and freezes his hands or whatever, and he pops out and like starts talking. Maybe Subaru had this conversation where it's like, "Hey, if Amelia's gonna make it through this trial, she's gonna need to know who she is, um, and maybe by just like lifting that memory breaks that contract with Puck. And
Yeah, is
and
it?
and does that kill Puck? Like, is Puck dead?
No, I think he just goes back. He's just in the spirit world, or
Okay.
like wherever in the show.
Okay.
But I wonder, do like, so we know in the first test it deals with your past.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if there is something about like her and not having knowledge of her past that is like so psychologically damaging, but also not so psychologically damaging that for some reason having her exposed to all of it by like the break of the contract with Puck um would make her like possibly be able to deal with it. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it
Well,
goes. Like I honestly, when I was like, I'm trying to figure out what Subaru's plan is for this because they just like seem to like add a bunch of new stuff like with the not to go off tangent, we can talk more about the whole secret and like her whole with the whole Amelia part of the arc.
yeah.
But I also want to talk about
Those three, the four like ambassadors now.
the four village ladies or whatever. Now there's four of them.
Like this definitely feels like you could have probably led with this. Like this would be perfect stuff to lead with.
Like, yeah, I'm just so confused about this. Like, it just there's no point in the show I ever feel like I have a full grasp of what is going on. And third, my question is like, okay, so there was a part in the show where in the first part was like it made it like I was trying to figure out what exactly Subaru was risking with his confrontation with Roswaal. Was he like saying that like this is the only time I'm going to do that, like if I return by death, like I'm just going to pick to save Amelia next time? Or was he like it sounded like he was like risking way more. I was like very confused by that.
I don't think he was risking too much, because I feel like if Roswaal decided to just murder him there, I think he would done the same thing in a different way. But I think it was just like he was just trying to put all his cards out on the table to be like, hey, Roswaal, your loop right now, you could be the guy. Like, you don't have to set up for the next person, because like like when he first comes in, Roswaal's like, oh, I thought I'll never see you in this lifetime or whatever, right? And I think like what Subaru kind of like frames it as like, hey, you could be the person that like is the one that's like ticking to his dreams or whatever, but like you have to stop sabotaging me and like forcing me into like this idea that I need to sacrifice one to get the other, right? So I think he's like, it's way more a thing with Roswaal than Subaru himself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like we may be gearing up for like a Naruto battle of ideals brawl thing between Roswaal and Naruto.
Neji was right.
Neji was right. Off key, Neji was right. Like I wonder if Subaru is able to finish this, if we might have Roswaal back off.
Yeah,
which I don't see happening. I kind of don't want it to happen, honestly.
I don't think it's gonna be that clean, but I think it definitely will stop at least the inner chaos in the castle, because like a lot of these conflicts, like all the conflicts so far has stemmed from Roswaal. Like this is like everything that has happened is almost exclusively Roswaal's fault. He is the big bad of this series so far. You know what I'm saying? And we already know there's like other factors to play here. We know like there's like the other like heirs and stuff like that, and they have been way less big bads than him himself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're trying to like, hey, it's like Roscoe is an ally, because like, even in this episode we learned that like, Roscoe is kind of also the one that got Amelia to like join this race for the crown or whatever. And like, so he's gonna have to be pivotal like throughout the story, because like Amelia wants him to uphold his side of the bargain, at least, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not against it, because I feel like you could still have a character that's like super against you, but still be like not an immediate threat to you all the time. Because that was Roscoe. Like I think of like all the side villains. Like if you think of like, in basic shonen anime, there's like when you think of like Vegeta, or you think about like Sasuke or whatever, right? And like you think of these guys like, they do like have their own reasons for causing problems and stuff like that, but they do cause problems for like, I guess you can say, the main protagonist or whatever, or even like Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho or whatever. But like none of them seems to like affect are like I think this meticulous, right? Like I don't know. It seems weird. It seems like strangely different, if that makes sense. Like Roswell is kind of like the same person where it's like he is like a friend and an antagonist, but like maybe just because of the way it was set up, where you're like, oh no way, Roswell's like I know Roswell's shady, but he's not causing all this shit. And then you're like, why the fuck did you send assassins at me, right? Like, like, why? What did I do to you, right? Like, I guess, like, it's different because, like, with Sasuke and Naruto and stuff like that, like, it feels like Naruto and Sasuke can actually fight, right? It feels like these characters can actually fight, but Roswell is like kind of just mollywopping Subaru all the time.
Yeah. Like the lady, you had a lady stab me in the eye. Well, no, she did that of her own accord.
But still,
The lady stabbed him in the eye because, like, because pretty much this guy just wants to like fuck around with like these two characters' lives.
yeah, and like, well, like, not even just fuck around. He just wants them to have the same ideals as him. Like, that's like the 100% point, right?
Yeah.
He's just like, yo, keep doing this thing until you have the exact same ideals as me, right? Or you just go, or it's just like, yeah, just imagine you're like, man, I got stabbed in the eye. I've watched my friends die multiple times. I like everything is just going fucking terribly, and like, at least there's like some external enemy that's doing this, and it's like, nah, it's the same dude that has been the boss from when you first met him. Like the thing, this same dude has been causing you problems since like even before you made it into the castle for real. Because like you can probably blame her thing getting stolen by Roswell as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Such a dick, man.
Well, then my other question is like, is his book still accurate? Did they say something about his book being like not accurate anymore?
The only thing I remember about the book was when he was saying like, hey, in the bed he was like, yo, you have to throw away the book if I'm able to do it in this loop or whatever.
Yeah.
He was just kind of
Well, yeah. Then I guess the book would be inaccurate if he was able to do it.
yeah. Oh yeah,
possibly.
That would be true, right? Like if I guess the book has something. We haven't even seen what's in the book yet, but like if the book has some other version of events, or says, or at least if the book says like Subaru is going to like choose Amelia over the people in the castle, because I guess that's what he wants to happen. If he's able to break that, he's like telling them like, all right, just get rid of the book and we can work on getting Amelia to like this the crown or whatever.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like we still don't know what's in the book. I want do it's a this is a fan theory at this point. Like I like to think that like Roswell is like the person that is behind the strings manipulating everyone. But if you think about it, like both he and like what's her name, Beatrice, are all both kind of reading from a script in a lot of ways. Like in Beatrice's cases, she's literally reading from a script.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's someone like even further above that is like pulling the strings.
Yeah, maybe. Oh man, but even like if you just talk about like the original, you could even like be like kind of blame Echidna for this too, right? Like she's not culpable for like half the stuff that's happened to this too as well, right? You know what I'm saying? Like she's probably the one that provided Roswell the book. She's definitely provided Beatrice with her goals, and if she hasn't provided like something to Garfield, she's definitely has shaped his mindset, because we learned about that too, right? Like had a conversation with Garfield for sure.
What is Garfield's like? I'm trying to figure out what exactly his motivations are. He just really seems to not. He just either seems like he's just really jealous of Subaru, or he like can't really figure out what his like. I know he doesn't the outside kind of, and that he doesn't like Subaru because he has the scent of the witch.
Yeah.
I'm sure also being like part chosen by greed, or the witch of greed, is not good either.
Well, like we know he has done the trial at least once, because like one of these fours like went and broke the trial rules to get him out, right? So that's why she's like in the force or whatever. So he got to see something about his past at least. So maybe it has something, maybe in combination with like what he saw when he did this trial, and his mother leaving, abandoning the sanctuary, is the root of a lot of this. But yeah, it is it is weird that we still don't have like a direct reasoning other than like I'm very angsty and I don't like Subaru. Why this character is like very against like Subaru himself, or it's like extreme roadblock. And I don't know what fucking I forgot what's the cart guy name again?
The who guy?
The cart guy. The guy.
Fuck if I know.
Fuck, let me look up his name real quick. But hold on, let me look up his name real quick.
Also, did Subaru tell, like, what did he tell the cart guy?
I don't know. I don't think he told him before death. I think he just told him specifically what he knows was gonna. I think he's gonna be like. I think the way they're gonna frame it is gonna be like, I know what's gonna happen in the next 3 days, and if you don't listen to me, everyone's gonna die. I think that's how he's gonna frame it. I'm definitely sure he's not gonna be like, I can return from death, because if he does, I don't think the Witch family's gonna allow that. That's a foul in the play.
I think you're right. I think it's probably just like he's like, hey, this is what's gonna happen. He's like I can't, if you're gonna ask why, I can't tell you. But this is what's gonna happen. And like usually, like, you know, when he would say that thing, like nobody would believe. Like people would be like, why should I believe you? Because, you know, because like you've said before, like everyone has very good reason to be skeptical of him.
Yeah, like
he just showed up out of nowhere, and now he's like, like, you know, really cozy with like this person who could be the next big leader of the world. But, you know, with the power of friendship, cart boy who not almost did murder him.
Yeah,
we'll believe him.
Yeah. Well, not even almost. It was like fucking cruel. He was like, "Yo, please die for me. Like, get the fuck out of my cart." That was one of the most brutal betrayal. When it's like, "Oh, you motherfucker, dog."
Yeah.
His name is Atta, Aotto. But yeah, that's what I think he did. I think like the show's super interesting because the show is like in actual time. It's very, very short, and like they give really good reasons why a lot of people won't just straight up trust this dude, because of like, you know, he is effectively a nobody. And he's also effectively a nobody that keeps happening to find him way in situations that only like people that aren't nobodies should really be in. You know what I'm saying? Which is like makes a lot of sense why all the characters are like, who the fuck is this dude? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with this wooden sword because you're not. I'm a knight. But yeah. Oh man, yeah. I think that first scene was pretty interesting because like, it's very interesting for these people to be saying stuff. That's like, hey, you know, trust me, like, you know. I was thinking of saying when he said like, oh yeah, you know, why don't you just like ask for help and like trust people and stuff like that. And I was like, motherfucker, he has done this, right? Like he has done this. And I love that like it wasn't just me or whatever. And the show was like, yeah, we get you. Like, you know, he did it with Echidna and Roswell and it bite him. But like it's interesting, the character, like it makes sense that the characters in the show doesn't seem like he has done this yet. But like if you have watched the show, he's like pretty obvious that like, you know, this is not easy for Subaru at all, because like he has been burnt by this, I would say multiple times, not even just like in this arc but in other arcs too, when he has trust someone and they, you know, kick him out of a cart when a fucking whale is about to attack him.
Bro, R.I.P. that whale, man.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yo, this dragon like that they keep talking about better be like at least 2 times as badass as that whale, because those whales are cool.
Yeah. And I think another thing I want to say about Aten or whatever, I don't know how to say his name or whatever, but like, what the fuck he's gonna do against Garfield? Like he was like talking big shit while he was like talking to Garfield. Yeah. But like, you know, I see that motherfucker can do, and that motherfucker turns into literally a Megazord. I don't know if he's gonna fight him. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's gonna lose if he fights him 100%.
It is like, man, what is the equivalent? It is like it's like if the dude from freaking Your Lie in April went up against Ninetales Naruto.
Yeah, it's a weird thing that he's even like thinking about doing this, or I don't know what his plan is, but like it seems like he should get mollywopped. He should be way more scared than he was at the end of this episode, in my opinion.
Did he bring any? Did he even bring any weapons in his cart? Because isn't he like a weapon set? No, he's just a regular trader. He's not even like
he's
a.
he's just a merchant. He's just a merchant that knows how to drive really well.
I hope it's like you didn't realize I'm from this like they pull like a Sasuke thing. I'm from like this clan that has this one ability at this one particular time at night at 4 o'clock in the morning. I become super OP.
Yo, if that happens, I'm gonna hate Auden. I'm gonna hate him more because I'll be like, where was all this shit when you kicked me out of a fucking cart? I just can't let it go. Just can't let it go. Maybe because that is interesting. Like, this is I guess why Subaru is like a more developed character than me. I guess in the story because like, you know, I would be petty as hell from all the shit that has happened to me, and like I know there's a pretty much I'm pretty sure there's an arc that kind of like describes this, like if Subaru is like kind of doesn't let go of things or whatever. There's like side stories or sin stories or whatever. But like, damn man, it is. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of the way the show sets up things. Like, but every time there's a betrayal or something like that, it feels very brutal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when he like deserves it, like the one with Amelia, like what Amelia pretty much just like disowns him.
Yeah. Yeah. He earned that
like
one.
In the yeah, he did. That sloth arc was crazy.
Yeah, man, that one's very cringe arc, but it was like it's cringe because it's like, dog, I get what you're saying, but like, no, don't do this. Don't do this. This is a bad time to do this. I understand you're like, you know, you're feeling high because of all the stuff you accomplished, but like, you know, don't like they don't know. You don't know, and you're kind of coming off as a dick. Well, you are coming off as a dick.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess like my follow-up question was be like, I think, and for me, I guess do you have anything else you want to mention about the episode before we get to like our final thoughts?
Do I have anything else I'm perplexed about? I don't know. I'm really curious to find out like what Amelia's secret is. Like what like first off, who is her mother? Like it doesn't seem like it's the Witch of Envy, but it possibly I don't know.
Yeah, it might be it might be the Witch of Envy with short hair.
But also like it can't be the Witch of Envy because the Witch of Envy like did she like murder Amelia in one of the loops?
She did take over her body. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she murdered some. I don't know. The Witch of Envy kills kind of a lot of people.
Yeah, like so I don't think it's that, but I'm still trying to like I'm interested to find out what their connection is. Also, like why she ended up like I know why did Puck wake her up? Two, how much does Puck know about everything? I don't know, maybe some of those answers are actually in the movie. We just haven't seen the movie.
Yeah. And
also very confused about like I don't know where is I don't know. I'm curious as to where the whichever one of the village chief that Subaru was talking to initially, wherever she went.
Oh, like at the end where all the village chiefs are gone?
Or at least that was it like all of them or just that one?
I think it was all of them. I think it was the one that was exiled, the one that's in white, and the other ones were gone. And it might just be because of like, you know, Subaru did have a plan, and you know Subaru has done something the night because he left Amelia alone when he said he promised he would stay. So something happened. We just don't know yet what it is yet.
What if the trap that what's his name had set for the Otto set for what is his name? what's the name of the guy that's basically Natsu,
Um,
but it turns
Garfield.
yeah, Garfield. What if the thing is he set for him is like in the darkness there's the whole legion of village chief ladies that he could call on, because since he's a disciple or apostle, he can call upon the he can control all the Lolitas
Yeah, man.
in the village, all the old Lolitas.
He has the power of the the old lollies.
Yeah.
They swarm their targets and they explode on the back.
That's like the only reasonable thing, because there's no reason why Otto should be so confident that he's not gonna die.
Well, like, okay, I guess you gotta remember, we only know that Garfield turns into a fucking Megazord when he gets pissed, right? Otto doesn't know this yet, and the Otto that
unless Subaru told him.
Yeah, only if Subaru told him. But like, honestly, like if you had to describe Garfield, would you be able to get it off at the right, like because like when people were saying like, oh, this beast, half beast thing or whatever, I was like, oh man, that's gonna be a pretty simple transformation. This dude turned into like a Megazord. He was like big as fuck. He was like just wrecking people. I was like, how do you guys even exist? You guys just can destroy everything.
Yeah, and I trying to remember, were they like minorities or something? Like, were they kind of like oppressed or something?
Yeah.
Like they're only safe in that area.
Yeah.
Like they can just murder everybody.
Again, we're a little bit thin because like at least the power level, the power levels are very, very. We don't know much of the power levels on the thing, but we just know they're super high. Like we just though, I guess the strongest person. I don't know. Like everyone that has been an enemy, has been super powerful. There's like super powerful people, in the knights that are a thing. But yeah, maybe because we don't see them fight much, it's hard to tell who's like strongest or whatever. But like yeah. I don't know. Everyone seems ridiculously powerful because you spend so much time with Subaru, who's ridiculously weak. Right.
Yeah.
Like, but that's why I kind of like the show. It's the actions he makes doesn't seem crazy unreasonable for me, in a lot of ways, and his breakdowns and like setbacks seem very genuine.
Yeah.
Or at least earned.
Maybe Otto's goal is to distract Garfield long enough for Amelia to like basically finish the trial,
Mm-hmm.
and then free everybody from like being trapped. So Subaru can get out and probably take him, Roswell, and like I don't know whoever else is there that can like pretty much fight down to the place, down to the mansion. That's my theory.
Okay. I think next episode is gonna explain what Subaru did in the night. And I don't think he left the I don't think he left the ring at all or whatever. I think Subaru tried to speed run through the trial, at least the present trial or whatever. So he can follow, like he can take Amelia all the way up to the third one, I guess the third trial. Maybe that's what he did overnight. I'm not sure, but like, Subaru definitely did something tonight. It might have just been all this planning or whatever, but I think you're right. I think his goal is to get Amelia through this trial in the next day or two, and then on the third day, rush back to Beatrice and stop the insane massacre that's gonna happen to everyone there.
Yeah.
But I guess like that's not really a prediction for the thing, but I will work. I would say a more concise prediction about the next episode. I think Subaru probably gets to talk to Echidna again. Well, maybe not talk to Echidna again, but I think he's gonna go maybe do a trial again or something weird. Probably not, but that's what my initial thoughts is. I think he is definitely setting up just to like get Amelia through her thing. So if this is kind of too vague again, I think I'm just gonna go for it. I think he did the trial last night when Amelia was sleeping, and also started setting up plans for when they do get out of the sanctuary, they can all rush over to the castle. And I think that's when like the power of law, like all those people is gonna come into play. So not only does he has like enough manpower to stop Rem and the servants from getting destroyed and murdered, he would like stop the village from getting destroyed and murdered as well. So yeah, I think he's just like going to at least try. I think he's gonna at least try the present trial again. Or maybe not. I can see him easily not doing it. It's really hard to tell, and that's why I like the show.
Yeah.
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 Is there anything else you want to say about this episode? Oh yeah, Oddwood was mad. And you know when Odd I keep forgetting. I keep on saying Oddwood, Oddit or whatever. Man, it makes me even sadder because he starts beating the ass out of. He starts beating Subaru's ass too.
Yeah.
Let's imagine, right? You've been getting your ass kicked by everyone in the show, and this dude that's claiming to your friend is also kicking your ass.
Yeah. But no, I'm just really excited for next episode.
Yep, same.
And I hope I won't be as confused as I always am. Every time I think I know what's going on, I'm always wrong. There's always something else I've forgotten. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I wonder, do we be crazy? This is my prediction now for like the next few episodes. Is like, yeah, they get there and like he's kind of able to save everybody, and then like just when we think that everything's fine, the other disciples show up.
Fuck me.
And start
That would be pretty fucking great. I'm not gonna lie. That would be fucking crazy. Because again, that's another thing on the show. We haven't even talked about the disciples. They were literally the main villain in the beginning of this thing, right?
Yeah.
We haven't even seen them again.
It's like in the first series of Naruto when you kind of see stuff about the Akatsuki.
Yeah.
But not really.
But yeah, we'll reconvene after the next episode. And record our thoughts then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But until then, take it easy.
Take it easy.